Didn't do super well at Extremes Land. Actually lost to one of the Middle Eastern teams, one of the Saudi orgs, EXO, who I don't think anyone had really heard of before. Yeah, that was crazy. So if you want to go look at that team, I dare say you should. There's some sharp individuals, but that's the veto, of course. We got Dust2 as the first best of one that it looks like we are jumping right on into already. Rare Atom on the CT side and QUBE on T side. And we're already pretty much all the way through the first round. Look at that bomb already over on that B side.
Yeah, and we get confirmation that somebody's not playing, but Z8Z is. The problem is QUBE are taking full control of this round. Yeah, full bomb plan on B, and they just cut down every single rotation. This is a pretty simple pistol here from QUBE through and through, and I'm keen to learn more about them as they go on. I did sort of comb through some of the previous seasons, and like you said, they've gone through some roster moves, but last season they had Rate and Tugu, who are the most recognizable names. Like to think I keep my ear close to the ground for the Mongolian scene, but there's so many names on this QUBE roster that I have not experienced before, and some of the new ones, BKZ Cursed, are kind of based.
They really are. They really are. I'm keen to see exactly what they do with these names, if they keep them, if they shift them across during the season, maybe post-season. But the thing about Mongolians is, even if you've never heard of any of these individuals, they could be the best up-and-comers. There's some names, especially at some recent tournaments, that I was not familiar with, but I got familiar with really quick smart because they were just so damn sharp. So don't count anyone out until we see what they can do.
We'll try not to count Rare Atom out, even if they're not playing with their full five. Of course, Z8Z should be doing his best to plug up the gaps where he can. Somebody's kind of a hard player to replicate, so...
Wait, hold up. Did you just call him Z8Z?
Yeah, well, that's me being American in the way that I sound and British at heart.
Of course. Just making sure everyone is happy with how you've gone for that one. Or
we
angry.
can call him Zaitzi. I mean, that's probably more. It sounds more like a name.
True. Or Z8Z, Z8Z. It's like 789. Same sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Something's eating something. Paranormal, creeping up idiot wall here. Again, just trying to refresh that furious smoke on long, lovely shot out of Child King, who I believe in the kill feed is dangerous. He certainly will be. And that's going to be a nice little 2K for him. Kaze chiming in with 2 of his own. And this is looking pretty damn good for Rare Atom to win the Force in the second round. And Kamui, oof.
Now, if you're going to note my Z8Z, I note you call that idiot wall. And
yes.
Well, is it because you look a little foolish when you run into crosshairs like that?
Yeah, it can be. There's like a couple of idiot walls, right? It's like there's the back wall on A site nuke. That's an idiot wall.
Okay.
The long wall. It's just always been called idiot wall. I don't know why. You could just call it long, I guess. But the specific position. And then I know there's another, but I'm losing it at the moment. Oh, and then train when you're running up to like E-box. That wall is the wall as well.
Right. Okay.
I guess if you get caught there, you just look like a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, and QUBE did get caught and punished fully. This far more aggressive step from Rare Atom. They don't want to get counter-forced back, so they're just pushing the limits.
Yeah.
Through mid, through long, they've completely crunched QUBE before they can even get their thoughts gathered, and before they know it, Paranormal's last man standing, but he's hit 2 Ds from spawn, and so this becomes a lot more troublesome. The tag should basically have finished the round now, and Kaze will secure it, so a little hairy maybe, considering the great start Rare Atom got off to in this round.
Yeah, for sure. I'm keen to see what QUBE can do now that they... Actually, no, they don't have guns. They forced in the last. So this should be 3 easy back-to-back-to-back rounds for Rare Atom. And the thing is as well, without somebody here who is Mr. Aggressive on Rare Atom, someone else has to put those big boy pants on. And it feels like when they do that, that might be when they play their best Counter-Strike. If they sit back and stay passive, sometimes it just doesn't quite work as well, especially knowing that you've got a coach in the lineup today. There it is, Child King looking to put his somebody pants on. Finding 2 against a very low buy. Made to trade. This is looking pretty clean from Rare Atom. We'll lose Lee Hung eventually as well, but 3 alive and what, couple of AKs picked up in the mix. You're happy with that.
Yeah, they just at least salvaged the 1 AK. That was that full save from QUBE, so... I will say, I'm a fan of the name at the very least. I always thought there were many calls you could make on Ancient that could have been deemed the QUBE, but it never quite took off, and so we went with Donut, long and short, so...
Yep. Whatever works. It was weird going back to Asia for a week and not saying Diggity, not saying Annex, having to mix up my calls for the locals.
Otherwise, they'd just be looking at you puzzled.
But I will report that it was great that we did have Vertigo in the map pool and it didn't get played one time. Goes to show that everyone's done with it.
Also, if it's been efficiently changed. No sense putting in the reps.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, very aggressive move there from Summer, but even though they lined up, only able to get his one, and even with the low health on Paranormal, he's able to get away with his 1 kill, but that's the coach of Rare Adam dispersed of, so still a mad advantage held here for RA.
Alright, creep up at long. Space on the site for Anselmo. And Cursed not too far away. Flash forward. Anselmo expecting someone to be fighting from sight with that flash, but no one's here, no one's close. And there will be space to get this one planted if they get onto site quickly. Nice safe plant. Lee Hung running in to help out the long member. And Cursed gets dealt with real damn quick. Child King softens him up. And it looks like Lee Hung was there to close. So, quick retake. Bomb plant for QUBE means that there will be a buy for them going into the next round. With a maxed out round loss bonus now as well. You'd expect them to pick up something. You know, some on 3,500, so maybe we'll see a bit of a mixed bag. Maybe Galil's. Let's see what they want to do.
Yeah, I could afford a Hero AK here as well if they really wanted to opt for that, but... I actually don't know who would be AWPing on this team. For some reason, my heart is saying Kamoy, but... I won't pretend like I actually know that information. This is a team I'm fairly ignorant of.
Yeah.
But I am liking that Child King is being so aggressive.
Yeah. Every time there's been pistols, he is straight up mid. He's like, oh, this is where somebody usually gets his HLTV rating, so I'm going to do that too. And it works.
Yeah.
It works well.
It is definitely working. I think Rare Adam are doing a great job of just restricting the map. They're not giving respect to QUBE on the default, and they're punishing them for not, I guess, holding in more defensive positions or being more prepared for those fights, even though it's happened now, what, 3 out of the 5 rounds that Rare Adam have won. So they should clue themselves in, because he cursed the one to wield the ult for the squad. Always hard to tell, especially if you have no information, who is actually the designated ulper. Sometimes you do it based off of spawns. So maybe the bunny hopping guy is who you'd want on it.
I'd be really disappointed if he wasn't a BKZ warrior.
As would I. Hard to do on CS2.
It really is. One day. Look, we've got slow movement changes coming through, and speaking of movement, Z8Z straight into lower. Finding the double himself. Solos actually did pick off the member behind him in Lee Hung. But that's going to be full tunnels control now for Rare Adam. And with this, they should be able to dominate the rest of the map. But they're going to keep on fighting anyway. Even with that control, Child King, no brakes, all gas. Going to be able to flank for 3. And again, just getting so many picks around that mid area.
Yeah, it's just filthy. I mean, as soon as they are recognizing any presence from QUBE, they're pushing another side or another extremity. And QUBE just are not prepared for it right now. It's the kind of assertiveness you want out of a team that we have these high hopes for.
Yeah. 100%. Ooh, okay. Molotov getting a decent chunk of damage on these individuals, but it's not going to stop this aggression yet again. Child King already at the top of mid. Ooh, oh, that's the bomb. Could have stopped that one and changed the QUBE's plans, but things getting a little awkward now. Kaze just going to be dropping some defensive utility. Oh, unfortunately, actually, no, works out well. Molly doesn't bounce right into the corner. That smoke will save them for the moment. Big damage, just getting chunked. Summer, hungry, everyone swinging and fighting here over towards Elbow. Kaze might be able to strike eventually. Good chunk damage. And that's it. Easy pickings on the pistols of QUBE. 7 on the board already. And you got to remember, QUBE were the team that took the pistol. That's their only round they've got so far.
I think it's also just interesting to see Random are simply just mixing up where they're attacking. They've done the mid and long crunch. They've this time targeted the B tunnels, and they wanted to crunch that from lower and upper simultaneously. Then they realized QUBE aren't there, so they just heavy rotate back to A while Child King is sort of spotting that information as they venture to the longhouse. So the QUBE wanted to wait things out, see if they pushed top, mid, or long. That didn't happen, and that's why they were so slow that Rare Atom actually were allowed to rotate back into A. Just, you know, they were anticipating a push, just not on the right side of the map.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a justifiable pause here for the QUBE to reorganize their efforts.
Let's see if they go spawn-based. They did have pretty good spawns for the B site. Dust2 a map where you can gamble off those spawns. And Z8Z, look, here's the coach. Maybe you can start to punish him if you can find him all alone in this position. Although Summer not too far away, gazing through the doors. Oh, the lineup is there. Well, I see a coach. Hello? Someone pick him up. Put him on a team. Summer going to be able to follow through with a 4th. And this is looking way too difficult for Curse to hop back into this.
Listen, I don't think you need to aim that well when they're all lined up for you trying to run through a smoke. But he knows exactly how to leverage his util.
All I'm saying, earlier in the OS games, there were opportunities like that where people who were back plat watching the tunnels line with 4 in front of them were only able to get 1. So, you know, pretty good work out of Z8Z.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job so far. But you saw the restraint there from Radom. They've been pushing every round, and after the timeout from QUBE, they decided they weren't going to do that, you know, anticipating that there would be some kind of counteraction that QUBE had cooked up. Instead, just played more standard, more default, and things work, and now they're back to pushing.
Yeah, straight to the lowers. Bam, Summer going to be able to find a quick double and maybe escape scot-free. Spoke towards lowers, and Summer still looking to fight. Look, honestly, respect on the confidence of this man. Doing it for China. Swapping positions. Kamui going to be able to get in behind enemy lines, but the bomb has been isolated now because Kamui has left him all alone, and now he is all alone. So how's that for Karma? I heard it's a bitch. And now he has been seen, but things getting a little awkward. Has sprayed down 2 in the meanwhile. Knowing the final position of both these CTs, it was a messy one. It couldn't have been more messy, but it's 9 for Rare Atom as we head into the 11th.
Yeah. I mean, he hit a nice one-tap, and then there was just awkward sprays all about. No one could hit him. Commendable effort there from Kamui, but no round has really been close. After the pistol, you know, QUBE dominated that one and have been counter-dominated back every following. So let's hope they get a little bit of wiggle room, something to breathe with into the second half.
Arguably, it's good to see that Rare Atom are on the right track to get back into another couple of round wins. That being said, we got more action towards uppers. This time, Solo's ready for it, dealing with the 2-man B push, knowing, okay, surely that's an open B site, and it certainly will be. Smoke at doors, bomb needs to be retrieved by your boy Kamui all the way through spawn, but in the meanwhile, Child King not letting that go down without a fight.
Yeah, just kind of running and gunning and bursting, and he has been able to deal with Solo, so B bomb site has been reacquired as far as QUBE are concerned. Nothing here on short, and oh my goodness, just preparing for the next fight, preparing for a deeper angle clear on short, and he's just completely off the mark. So now it's Child King to try and clutch, and why wouldn't he try? They've got money in spades. He switches out to the Galil, but the AWP of Cursed will be able to take him down. A second round acquired, and it comes off of QUBE, punishing some of these pushes.
Well, there you go. I think we found the answer. So Cursed seems to be the AWPer. It took him a while to get that one online. We finally got to see how sharp he's feeling. It's going to be looking for that midline. And Rare Adam, plenty of money after such a clean half so far to try and lock in double digits before the halftime break. Change up from QUBE, looking like we are going to see a faster approach towards B, but the Incendiary slows him down, and Rare Adam not going as aggressive as pretty much every other round.
Yeah, this is just more of a default look here from QUBE, and it's a good counteraction, especially when Child King is trying to solo push towards top middle. He sort of slid out from short. Wanted to see if he could get some information, and he finds the AWP of Cursed instead.
Good placement on the molly. Li Hung forced back to Fallen. And they're going to try to go for the two-man setup. Summer spotted, but not necessary. Li Hung connecting. And just like that, the 5v4 gets brought back to an even matchup. Z8Z out in the open. Better shooting than your boy Kamui. Mid-B split smoke. But that's all going to be a ruse. Summer jumping in front of it will be able to get that information and relay it to the A-site boys.
I think this was tailored to be a more practiced looking round from QUBE. But with them being at that man deficit now, it's not about how you practice, it's how you pull it back. And with then Selmo falling at the longhouse, a 1 in 11 half from him is not ideal. But wherever they go, they are encountering the AWPs of either Li Hung or Kaze. And now it's only the AWP of Curse that stands in their way. Has to ace clutch this if they want a third round out of this half, and Kaze misses his shot on the cross, so Cursed can plant, or can at least threaten so, but the jumping shot from Summer, that's insult to injury. It's a 10-2 half for Rare Adam.
A classic first half affair from Rare Adam. Full aggression on the CT side. And now's the half where they're supposed to be aggressive. So let's see what they can do on the T side.
Well, they're so aggressive, in fact, they've decided to whip their coach into shape. They've shot him in the head for some reason. But they're giving QUBE a chance, I suppose.
Just here to have fun, I guess. Kaze as well, getting shot. Chips down towards the top of mid by his teammate. All right, it's going to be Summer to fall first. So every handicap needed by the QUBE has been had. And they got that lowers control. Bomb going to be making its way and a lot of noise out towards long. So you'll see the rotate come through from QUBE.
There's one smoke available on ZHC, but Kamoy has a good counter smoke to prevent any progress over at long. Meanwhile, Child King is probing those B tunnels and start to see Kaze start to lean his way over with the package. So it does seem like there's going to be some kind of diversion placed here by ZHC with that smoke, and they'll see if Child King can pluck a player out on rotation or just not keeping their wits about them. Solo was prepared, but Child King that much quicker on the trigger. That's a kill that is going to throw a lot of misdirection QUBE's way. And ZHC finds his frag over at long all the same. A perfect lurk. Him starting on 51 HP. Bomb making its way to B, and it's a crunch. It's a total split. Child King has ripped this round out of QUBE's hands. And just like that, Bomb is planted on B. But back into a 2-on-2. Child King dealt with so quickly as well. It's Kaze in the clutch. Well, that was a nice little 1v2 there from Kaze. I believe I lost Mac halfway through that, which is maybe a little bit of a shame, but it's all kind of going how we would have anticipated given all that misdirection thrown by Rare Adam. And I kind of called you out. I was like, ZHC got a 3k on the B-bomb site. Whatever. You know, it was Util that really did the work for him. No, I'm starting to believe. Why is this guy coaching? He's in some lovely shots. Instrumental in that last round to bring it back after being that extra man down.
Yeah. Well, let's see if Summer can get out of uppers. It won't be easy, but over towards the other side of the map, it's looking relatively easy. Is he playing just like incredibly low sense as well?
Probably, but I'm still seeing him flick crazy.
Yeah. They're just having fun. Oh, Anselmo. 6 HP, and might be the difference maker here. Child King, no utility to play with, and sun's out, guns out, going into the alpha position on the double box. 25 in the clip, and both players are going to be heard waltzing their way up short, but they're waltzing to success. Solo's going to get the final blow there, and it is going to be a successful defuse for a third round. QUBE going down, kicking and screaming. And they'll get themselves a third.
Yeah, Child King had the right idea there as well, though. I mean, there was distance between those two short swingers, and had he been able to hit that shot, just know that Child King, especially given the aggression, the form he's come into this game with, could have pulled it off, but nice for QUBE that Solo was able to get that one over the line. It's about saving face. There's, of course, another map to play after this best of one, but yeah. I think given how one-sided this Dust2 has gone, I don't imagine we'd see a repeat.
Let's see if Cursed can strike for the first. Here lowers Li Hung, trying to chase him down with the Mac 10. Does he commit? There's a world where if that was somebody, he goes straight through those mid doors, straight through the smoke. But up short they go instead. 4 players in this approach. Z8Z over towards long Solo. And that's if he commits. Molly, in the meanwhile, going to be able to find Li Hung and slow down this short bust, which is now just going to be a couple of breaks here, except for Child King's. He is all bloody gassed. This man, Curse, going to be jumping up to try and find a line, but that is going to be his end. Child King again, now looking for more headshots, more damage. This Deagle deadly in his bloody hands. And it's going to have to be him to do it all, which he won't be able to. Anselmo standing tall to keep them in it for the moment.
That almost feels like a missed opportunity with the shots that Child King hit there. I thought they would have at least a little wiggle room to get into the bomb site, but
yeah,
they just couldn't deal with that isolated man on the bomb site. So yeah, they are kicking and screaming their way through some of these rounds. But I do think Radam are, like you said, they're kind of having a good time. I think after round 6 or 7, they started to realize that they could let loose a little.
Yeah.
I can only hope this game gets a little closer so that they get kicked into gear. Seem like Anselmo.
Anselmo, yep.
Yep.
The capitals really get you, don't they?
Yeah. He took a dink through the edge of the wall over at Long. This time Zaitzi tries to lead with the Deeg, but not quite Child King, is he?
No, certainly not. But Child King is the next on the agenda. Li Hung maybe going to jump across and try to draw attention away. Resmoke and Cursed. I don't think he was too happy with missing those couple of shots. Bomb solo towards long doors. And as you mentioned, Anselmo really early on did get dinked through the wall. So it's still quite low. And with 3 running at it, if they can get this pick and somehow get long control, this M4 could be retrievable, especially if it's down in pit here.
That's a cheesy angle to at least get one. It's a nice position for Anselmo. Oh, but he decides to cheat forward, and he will find the head of Child King, but he's running low on bullets. He has not reloaded in quite some time. That earlier exchange was not enough to justify, and it's Summer that actually deals with the reinforcements. Kaze's found his kill through short, and so now it is that low HP player now trapped in at pit, and they know that he is absolutely stuck, and Summer will just make it a formality to dispatch of him. Weapons recovered. It's about getting that bomb to cross now. 10 seconds. Summer, a nice shot, but Kaze has that package in his hands and a weapon to play with too. It's a one-on-one where Paranormal has lost his advantage.
Kaze with the A1S. Looking to take the fight to him. There's the timing. It's perfect. And Paranormal not quite ready. Shift walking up the ramp. That's 12 secured for Rare Adam. And look, I don't think any of them even had armor that round. It was just a couple of Deagles, a little bit of chaos, and some really crispy shots out of the Rare Adam side of things.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. And it's kind of in line with how quite a few of these rounds have gone. Radam are actually just kind of skill gapping them, which is, I guess, what you would expect. You know, of course, their opening game against the Huns didn't go too well, but there's more merit to losing to the Huns, especially when you're not fielding your full 5 and you're having to draft your analyst. So, yeah, Radam are coming in with a bit more play to them, and Zaitzi is hitting some lovely shots. Spam on the cross is Li Hung, and the ult picks one too, so just like that, well, Summer, that was audacious. Bomb dropped, Kaze nowhere to be seen.
Alright, 1v4 angle. I heard Kaze wins these. Prime Kaze wins these. But he's running the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Bombs on site.
Yeah, well, yeah, he definitely sees you there.
And QUBE are going to go for a full spread, which I don't like. I feel like when you're against an AWPer and you have every advantage, the objective in your eyes, like, man, just play the bomb. Just play around together. Be in tradable positions. Even like Solo's position's a little bit awkward. Just watching that B ramp to try to cover the flank from Kamui.
Yeah, but that's the end of it. Kaze is giving up if nobody else made a mistake. There's nothing more going for this round. So maybe a little bit of a shame. I think, you know, it was a decent effort to get into that A bomb site, but actually getting to the site itself seemed to be the tougher task. It's getting picked apart either through the spam on the smoke or just the presence of BKZ Cursed on short. They've got many more rounds to try and bring this one over the line. I don't think they're worried in the slightest just yet.
Yeah, we'll see if this is the round that Rare Atom get across the line. Because, look, they've got those Deagles, and we know what kind of damage those have been doing. Boosted up through Sui, but no initial contact for Kaze this time. For mid control, looking like they are going to position to take that short control later on. But overall, it's long. Summer's just allowed to unload a whole clip. It's like Anselmo just couldn't shoot back. Now, because, look, they've got those Deagles, and we know what kind of damage those have been doing. Boosted up through Sui, but no initial contact for Kaze this time. For mid control, looking like they are going to position to take that short control later on. But overall, it's long. Summer's just allowed to unload a whole clip. It's like Anselmo just couldn't shoot back. Now, Cursed has to leave solo on short, and okay, at least the long control is going to be taken back somewhat.
Well, they've got Kaze into pit with an AWP. Z8C leading the way out through mid, and Lihang will trade. So it is back to 3-on-3, and Lihang's doubled up. In fact, the AWP of BKZ Cursed missing his chance to trade back, and that pulls attention away from Child King. They know they're splitting this B bomb site. The bomb is still over at long, by the way, but Lihang has just killed so many of them, and now Kaze is coming on a wild flank. A lurking AWP, who would have expected it, but they did not expect Lihang to pop off in that manner. It's a 13-5 win for Rare Atom in this first map.
That was just a round of Counter-Strike, wasn't it? Maybe Asian Counter-Strike round of the week. Who